So if you have a BMW E90, E91, E92, E93, or the first series BMW, there's a good chance that at some point your car will start smelling of fuel, and what that's what my car does. I have this issue for quite a few years now that I was not able to put the gas tank full of fuel because it would start leaking. Plus, for probably most of the time, there is a annoying fuel smell within the cabin, outside of the car, and since I'm doing I will be overhauling my rear axle, I had the good opportunity to just also remove the fuel tank and see what the issue is, and it's quite typically the same issue what other these cars have. So here's a breather hose of the fuel tank, so it would probably ventilate fuel fumes out of the tank, and this hose goes through the body of the car, and within the body there is a sharp edge which the hose chafes against, and it makes a result like this. It's a tiny hole, and it smells like fuel. So this is where the smell and the leak would come from. I can also show you on the car. Excuse the mess. I found it easier just to remove the whole thing. I will be replacing the subframe bushings and differential bushings with polyurethane ones from this company called Strongflex. From, I believe they are in Poland. And I will be also replacing the top two pieces with the M3 ones, which are made of aluminium. I don't know if the M3 ones are stronger or what, or probably not, but they're lighter and they don't rust, because rust is, as you can see, a big problem where I come from. Because obviously this is the gas or the fuel filler hose here. The breather hose would connect to here, would come down in the wheel well, and from the front of the wheel well would go through this hole through the car's bodywork. Now I can show you the underside as well. And that's where the breather hose would come out of and then go directly into the gas tank. Now, I didn't find any sharp edges within the body of the car body, but I found that this plastic cover that covers the battery, the two battery cables that run to the front, this cover has a pretty sharp edge to it, if you can see, and it's covering like, I don't know, 1/4 of the diameter of the hole. So that must be the place where the breather hose chafes against. So quite possibly you don't have to buy a new. I'm probably not going to buy a new breather hose, which it probably I'm thinking it. If I remember, it cost 50 euros or something like that. So I'm gonna try to seal that hole, and I'm going to either cut down this edge, this plastic edge of the cover. Obviously, I don't want the breather hose to touch the battery cables, but I'm gonna make a solution here that I'm gonna install some kind of cushion between the two, so there is no chafing occurring. So you can see also here, I had this. There is you could see where it leaked down. All this fuel, it cleaned all of the wax, the undercoating off, and and yeah, I can show you also from the outside again. So yeah, this is the sharp edge of the battery cable cover, and there's no sharp edges within the bodywork. So I read that some people, they actually cut, I don't know, they cut a hole in the bodywork of the car to get access to this release or the connector of this hose to the fuel tank, because they don't want to, because obviously you have to remove you would have to remove the exhaust covers, the drive shaft, the parking brake or emergency brake cabling. You would have to remove those out of the way and disconnect everything, and we would have to lower the fuel tank to get access to the release or the connector of the breather hose if you want to replace it. But some people, they've cut holes into the car bodywork to not do all that work and just release the breather hose without removing the fuel tank, which sounds ridiculous to me. I mean, why would you do that? So obviously the only correct way is just by removing the fuel tank. It is obviously a lot of work, but you can combine that work with some other work like I'm doing. I'm also replacing a lot of bushings and overhauling the rear axle, so I'm doing this thing at the same time. So yeah.